whether all of you are aware with the name of millets. Millets. आपने सुना है millet? Anyone heard the millet? गेहूं, चावल, ज्वार, बाजरा. Like we are having many grains. In the same way, we are having some millets. What is millet? What is millet? Anyone having idea कि millet क्या होता है? जैसे ज्वार है, बाजरा है, ये millet है. रागी, कोदो, कोदरा, नाचनी, these all are millets. So what is millet? Because we are eating the wheat, we are eating the rice. Okay. Okay, sometimes we are listening about the bajra or the pearl, but not frequently. कभी कभी हम सुनते हैं कि बाजरा भी खाना चाहिए. तो सबसे ज्यादा गुणकारी कौन है? क्या गेहूं इतना ज्यादा बेनिफिशियल है कि हम सब गेहूं खाते हैं? क्या सबसे ज्यादा गुणकारी गेहूं है? बताइए, बताइए तन्वी जी, व्हाट डू यू फील? क्या गेहूं सबसे ज्यादा अच्छा है?
सर, ताकत के लिए अच्छा रहता है, थेरेपिस्ट देने के लिए.
आप गेहूं खाते हैं?
ज्यादा, बहुत ज्यादा खाना पड़ता है.
अच्छा, खाना पड़ता है कि खाते हैं?
खाना पड़ता है.
अच्छा. देखो, खाना पड़ता है का मतलब ये कि आप खाना नहीं चाहते, लेकिन लोग जबरदस्ती खिलाते हैं आपको, है ना? ओके, फाइन. बट आपको पसंद है गेहूं की रोटी? पसंद है?
हाँ, पसंद है
जी, बहुत अच्छा. बाजरा खाते हैं आप? बाजरा?
इतना नहीं, सिर्फ विंटर में.
और ज्वार, जौ, रागी, नाचनी, बाकी कुछ? गेहूं
कुछ
ज्यादा.
नहीं.
को कहाँ रहते हैं आप? कौन से स्टेट में?
गुजरात, अहमदाबाद.
अहमदाबाद ना? ओके, अहमदाबाद. चलिए, गुजरात. आप तो हमारे बगल में रहते हैं, वडोदरा. चलिए जी, बताइए नेहा जी, आप क्या खाते हैं? नेहा जी, which grain you use?
Sir, everything. We make jowar roti also.
Okay.
Sometimes bajra, wheat, mostly wheat roti. Yeah.
Okay, so mostly wheat roti.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Wheat is that much qualitative that we are using wheat? क्या आपको लगता है? क्योंकि देखिए, कोई चीज हम खाते हैं उसका कोई कारण होगा. There might be reason why we are eating that much wheat, whether it's that much beneficial. आपका क्या सोच है? What's your thought?
Actually, I don't know why we eat wheat, but it's not that much good. Millets are more good, which I came to know.
Okay, you live where?
In Bangalore, right now. Bangalore.
In the Bangalore. So you, okay, so even you are eating rice as well, right?
Yes, yes.
So that is polished rice. Polished?
Yeah, basmati rice. Yeah.
Basmati, polished means, okay, fine. Basmati rice. Good, good. That's good. Okay, Ramya ji, unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
आप क्या खाते हैं?
Sir, mostly rice.
Okay.
So,
okay, so mostly you are eating rice and wheat?
Wheat sometimes, sir, not regularly, but once or twice a week.
Okay.
Especially my daughter loves sweets, chapatis.
Okay.
So we make it, but we regularly use ragi ka porridge also we make, and jowar roti also we make, sir.
Okay, that's great. That's great. South Indians are using many varieties. I have seen many South Indians are using many different varieties. Okay, do you know millet?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you know millet.
Yeah, sometimes use millets for making kheer and also, like little millet, kodo millet, all these things we use to make kheer. In between, I tried to use that for rice also, I mean, instead of rice, but that didn't work for us, sir, so I just stopped in that. and just making it for occasional treats like that, sir.
Okay, okay, that's great, wonderful. जी स्नेहा जी आप क्या खाते हैं? स्नेहा जी.
Good morning, sir.
Good
I'm
morning.
usually I eat bajra jwara roti and
Okay.
chapati also, but mostly bajra and jwara. Rice,
Okay, so
no, yeah.
where do you live?
Now I'm in Oman. Basically, I'm in from Maharashtra, Mumbai.
Okay, so in the Oman, bajra is available?
Yeah,
Okay.
the food chain and Haridas Nancy, one Gujarati famous shop is there. So all are things available there. So we used only bajra and jwara roti.
Okay, so you bajra and jwar, you are eating wheat and
Wait a
not.
little late, just for chapati for tiffin only. Husband and kids,
Okay, okay.
school and office only.
So
Other
yeah, so what is the reason that you have giving you this thought to use more
because of
bajra?
wheat is having glucose and wheat is not good for health. Whenever we small, that time we heard about from grandfather, mother, everybody is eating bajri and jwara. So it is good
Okay.
for health also.
Yeah,
Digestion also it is good. So that's why
yeah.
we are using. And my kids also eat. Nowadays kids are doesn't like to eat bajra jwara roti.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and I'm using ragi roti also and whole grain moong atta. That's
Hmm.
also we make a roti.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. That's great. So many persons are using the grains other than wheat as well. So the question comes, what is there in the wheat? So it is not good for many person. So that is availability of the gluten. Gluten. Okay. So when we eat bajra, jowar, jaw, many different millets, they all are gluten free. Okay. So let's see now. So we'll move step by step here now. So there are many grains available all around us. So look at this chart. इस chart को देखिए. So in this chart, this is the carbohydrate, availability of the carbohydrate. This is the carbohydrate. For example, if we talk about the wheat, if you see the wheat is having very high carbohydrate, even the rice is having very high carbohydrate, 78.2, and in the wheat 71.2. Some other grains or the millets, you can see 67, 65, but if you see the rice and wheat, they are having too much carbohydrate, बहुत ज़्यादा carbohydrate. Okay. Now, if you see the fibers in the gram, so we see, oh, fiber are very much less in the rice, even in the wheat, very much less, too less, बहुत कम है. If you see others, you can see 13.6, 5.2. So this is the CF ratio. The CF ratio means carbohydrate and fiber ratio. This is called CF ratio. So let's see here. So what is CF ratio? CF ratio क्या है? CF ratio का मतलब है, for example, this is some grain. In this grain, we have 50 carbohydrate and So this is the C. And 10 fiber. So now we'll divide it. So this is the 5. This is called CF ratio. ये CF ratio. अगर कोई ग्रेन में कार्बोहाइड्रेट है 70, ये कार्बोहाइड्रेट 70 है, और फाइबर है सिर्फ 2, तो ये हो गया 35. So this is the CF ratio. In the some grain, if carbohydrate is 40, suppose carbohydrate is 40, and fiber is 20. So this is 2 CF ratio. So what is CF ratio? The CF ratio is telling the upper is C, lower is fiber. The more carbohydrate means more number. Less carbohydrate means less number. So look at here. So if 1 to 12, if number is coming 1 to 12, like CF ratio 1 or 2 or 3 till the 12, it means, okay, fiber is good. Fiber is good. But if more than 12, like suppose in the wheat, carbohydrate is 70 and fiber is 1. So it is a 70, it is more than 12. So we'll tell very less fiber and more carbohydrate. तो CF रेशो किसी भी खाने पीने के गुणों के बारे में बयां करता है कि वो खाना कितना काम का है. So CF ratio is explaining about the goodness of the food. So in this chart, look at here in this chart. इस चार्ट को देखिए. The CF ratio is 8.99. Okay, it is good millet or the good grain. 8.82 good, 12 good, 13 good, 4 very good. जितना कम नंबर उतना अच्छा, क्योंकि उतना कम कार्बोहाइड्रेट उतना ज्यादा फाइबर. 8.7 good, 35 very high carbohydrate, very high carbohydrate. 29 high carbohydrate. 20 okay manageable. 78 too much carbohydrate. 70. 35 high carbohydrate. तो अगर ये CF रेशो 12 से ऊपर होता है, चलिए 15 मान लो और चलो ज्यादा ज्यादा 20 मान लो, तो वो खाने पीने से हमारे शरीर में हीलिंग नहीं होती. We are not getting proper healing if the CF ratio is more than 20. अगर हमें बहुत अच्छी हीलिंग चाहिए, if we want to have a very great healing, very good healing, तो जितना ये रेशो कम हो उतनी फास्टर हीलिंग होगी. रेशो कम होने का मतलब है कि नीचे वाली वैल्यू ज्यादा है, फाइबर की वैल्यू ज्यादा, तभी तो रेशो छोटा होगा. So lower the value benefits more. जितनी कम वैल्यू उतना ज्यादा बेनिफिट. तो पैडी राइस की वैल्यू तो 75 point something है. So what I want to tell you, no problem, you can enjoy rice, wheat, everything until you are healthy. जब तक आप स्वस्थ हैं कुछ भी खाइए. But when you are getting some disease, you are not allowed to take the food which is having high CF ratio. Otherwise, the disease will keep on progressing. आप बताइए, अगर किसी को डायबिटीज हो जाए तो क्या चावल खा के वो अपनी डायबिटीज को ठीक कर सकता है क्या? गेहूं की रोटी खा के अपनी डायबिटीज को ठीक कर सकता है क्या? Whether the person can cure the diabetes by the rice, by the wheat. Okay, the person is eating wheat and rice because he needs some food. उस व्यक्ति को कुछ खाना चाहिए, तो गेहूं खाता है, चावल खाता है, जो भी खाना है वो खाता है, लेकिन वो क्योर होने के लिए नहीं खाता, वो जिंदा रहने के लिए खाता है, स्वाद के लिए खाता है. The person is eating the wheat, person is eating the rice for this life, for the test, but there is no any relationship with the wheat and rice and the cure of the disease. Because when person is coming to us, doctor, I am suffering with the diabetes, can you do something? Our responsibility to guide the person, okay, eat this food so that we will able to reduce your sugar, we will able to control your BP, cholesterol. हमारी जिम्मेदारी है कि हमारे पास कोई पेशेंट आता है तो हमें तो ठीक करना है ना, हमें थोड़ी इसको पेट भर जिंदा रख, जिंदा तो रहने वाला है, हमें थोड़ी ऐसा उसको खाना देना है कि बस उसकी जीभ को अच्छा लगे, हमें तो उसको वो खाना देना है जिससे उसकी बीमारी ठीक हो. So now when the person is eating the greens which is having low CF ratio, then slowly we are looking the improvement in the diabetes and in all the metabolic disorder, thyroid, hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, polycystic ovary. आप बताइए कि चलिए चावल खाना अच्छी बात है, इडली खा के, चावल की इडली खा के क्या पॉलिसिस्टिक ओवरी ठीक हो जाएगी? हो जाएगी क्या? नहीं होगी. लेकिन लिटिल मिलेट खा के जरूर ठीक होगी. लिटिल मिलेट इज, we will discuss what is little millet. The little millet, one of the great millet for endocrine functioning, right? So person is suffering with the problem of the kidney. अगर किसी व्यक्ति को किडनी की प्रॉब्लम है, हम बोलेंगे भैया कोदो मिलेट खाओ, कोदो मिलेट is good for kidney. Then person will ask you, can I eat the wheat? Okay, wheat you can eat just for your taste, just for your survival, but it's not having any connection with the cure of the disease. Even it's having some reverse connection, because if you're taking the food which is having very high value of CF, it will create hindrance in the cure. अगर कोई व्यक्ति ज्यादा गेहूं चावल खाता है तो बीमारी ठीक होने में और रुकावटें पैदा होंगी, और कभी कभी बीमारी ठीक होगी भी नहीं. So person is suffering with the skin disease or the psoriasis. If we want to cure, then we have to give the proper nutrition, then only we can cure, then we will able to cure it. So let's see now. So if you look at this chart, अगर आप इस चार्ट को देखते हैं, so in this chart you can see CF ratio. This is written CF ratio. Green means it's a very good foxtail. Foxtail. Okay, carbohydrate 60, fiber 6.7, CYF ratio is 8.99. Okay, it's good. Foxtail millets are very good. Little millets are very good. Kodo millets are very good. Proso millets are very good. Walnut millet, very, very good. Too good. Brown top millet is very good. Sorghum, okay, so, because this ratio is very high. Pearl millet, okay, we can consider it neutral. Both can be considered neutral if they are not that much good. Finger millet, okay, good. Paddy rice, bad. Wheat, not good. Quinoa, good. अब ये बताइए कि अगर ये मिलेट इतने अच्छे हैं तो कहां चले गए थे? क्या मिलेट हमारे देश में अमेरिका से आए हैं। व्हाट डू यू थिंक? हु हैज ब्रॉट द मिलेट इन इंडिया? चाइना, अमेरिका, अफ्रीका, रशिया? Who has brought the millet in India? Tell me, what do you think? कि अगर इतने अच्छे हैं तो क्यों पता नहीं हमको कौन कहां से आए हैं? और अगर गेहूं इतना बुरा है तो हजारों साल से लोग क्यों खा रहे हैं इसको? और हमारे पूर्वज तो बीमार पड़ते नहीं थे गेहूं खाकर, वो तो खूब खाते थे। So the reason is green revolution. The green revolution. What is green revolution? Green revolution की शुरुआत हुई थी पंजाब से। You know what is the meaning of green revolution? कि 1900 से लेके 1947 तक, जब तक हमारा देश आजाद हुआ नहीं था, तब तक तो अंग्रेज हमारे देश में क्या उगाते थे? हमारे अंग्रेज लोग क्या उगाते थे? कौन सी खेती कराते थे? When Britishes were ruling the India, they were promoting the farmer to grow अफीम, ओपियम, टोबैको, नील की खेती, वो सारी फसलें, नशे की चीजें जो उनको एक्सपोर्ट करना होती थी। There were zero production in India, zero. They were just promoting these all things, right? And after the 1947, then suddenly farmer got their land back. They start doing farming. उन्होंने अपनी farming start की, and they were doing very good. And suddenly, on the name of Green Revolution, जानते हो क्या हुआ? What is the meaning of Green Revolution? One is positive thing, one is negative thing. What is the positive thing? Okay, Green Revolution. So now use the advanced technology. If you want to do the farming, use tractor, use some advanced technology. कि अब ग्रीन रिवोल्यूशन हो रहा है 1960 के आसपास, तो अब आप एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी का प्रयोग करिए ताकि फसलें ज्यादा हों। द सेकंड, use pesticides so that you can grow crops faster and in the bulk quantity. Pesticides का use करो. So the purpose of Green Revolution, use lots of pesticides and do not use the seeds, local seeds. Don't use the local seeds. Use the seeds which we are buying from the America. अमेरिकन सीड्स को डालो, अपने सीड यूज ना करो, इनमें वो क्वालिटी नहीं है। पेस्टिसाइड्स का यूज करो। Okay, then the story changed. What happened nowadays? What wheat we are eating, what rice we are eating, they are genetically modified. They are genetically modified. They are not the real wheat eaten by our ancestors. गेहूं जो होता था, गेहूं लंबा होता था, लंबा गेहूं का पेड़ मतलब लंबा। अभी जो गेहूं होता है उसे कहते हैं ड्वार्फ व्हीट। जरा सा होते ही उसमें गेहूं आ जाते हैं। So it can be grow in the shorter time. As per the Ayurveda, the best wheat is Nandi Mukhi. Nandi Mukhi गेहूं की एक वैरायटी होती है जिसे कहते हैं नंदी मुखी। So as per the Ayurveda, that is the best wheat. And when we were cropping the wheat earlier, it was not that much salt. Nowadays what wheat we are eating, that is dwarf wheat. आजकल जो हम खाते हैं गेहूं वो dwarf है, यानी पौधा छोटा होता है तभी उसमें गेहूं के दाने निकल आते हैं। ये जेनेटिकली मॉडिफाइड किया है कि भाई इतना लंबा करने की क्या जरूरत है, छोटे में ही कुछ ऐसा कर दो कि छोटे में ही निकल आए। और आप जानते हो कि सबसे ज्यादा पेस्टिसाइड्स का यूज चालू किया पंजाब में, इसीलिए पंजाब में सबसे ज्यादा कैंसर के पेशेंट हैं। The highest cancer patients we see in the Punjab side because of the use of the pesticides. The pesticides is going in the water, then everyone drinking that water. Everyone is, initially Punjab was very happy because big crop, but every time you have to buy the seeds from the company, आपको हर बार, अब आप पुराने seeds को circulate नहीं कर पाते थे, now you have to buy the seeds from the companies. So after the green revolution, millet disappeared. Before the green revolution, our ancestors were growing all the millets, pearl millet, sorghum, all the millets were growing. लेकिन ग्रीन रिवोल्यूशन के बाद सिर्फ गेहूं चावल गेहूं चावल गेहूं चावल, wheat rice, that's it, right? So now because 60, 70, 80, 90, now already 70 years gone, we have forgot what is millet. आप में से ऐसे कोई किसी की बहुत कम लोग होंगे, सबकी उम्र कितनी होगी, 40, 45 या उससे कम या थोड़ी बहुत ज्यादा 55. तो हम जब पैदा हुए उसके पहले ग्रीन रिवोल्यूशन चालू हो चुका था. So we don't know what is millet. So millet is really very rough and tough crop eaten by our ancestor, and it's a very wonderful for our health. हमारे पूर्वज इसी को खाते थे. So millets has been considered very rough and tough. Grains means they can grow in any atmosphere. किसी भी वातावरण में उत्पन्न हो सकते हैं. They can grow in the variable atmosphere. They are the very rich in the vitamins and the minerals, and they are very good for the disease like the diabetes. ये बहुत अच्छे हैं कई बीमारियों के लिए जैसे diabetes. So millets can be categorized in two parts. One is the major millets and second is the minor millets. हम millets को दो पार्ट में डिवाइड कर सकते हैं. एक है ज्वार बाजरा, वो बड़े मिलेट हैं. So bajra means pearl millet and the jwar means sorghum. They are the major millet. And other are coming in the minor millet like the finger millet or the ragi. We know this is the ragi. Or the little millet. Little millet you might be knowing. Little millet. Little millet means kutki. Then the foxtail millet, kangani, there's kangani. Many person knows these names. The barnyard millet means sawa. Many person eating them during the fasting. Proso millet, many person are telling them chena. Then the kodo millet, kodra. Then the brown top millet. So these all millets are coming under the minor millet. आप में से कितने लोगों ने इसके नाम सुने हैं? ये छेना, सावा, कुटकी बुटकी सुना है किसी ने नाम? नहीं सुना. बहुत कम लोगों ने सुना. सिर्फ 10% लोगों ने सुना होगा. छेना, कुटकी, सावा, what is that? Don't know. Little, barnyard, finger, never. कॉर्नफ्लॉक्स सबने सुना होगा. कॉर्नफ्लॉक्स जैसे बनता है. तो ये वो नाम है जो 1960 के पहले हमारे पूर्वज बनाते थे. In the South India, still many person using many varieties. They are making idli, dosa, uttapam, using these different types of millet. We will see the characteristic of all the millets. ज्वार बाजरा की बात करो तो अगर आप नॉर्थ इंडिया में जाओ तो ज्वार बाजरा का काफी प्रयोग किया जाता है. ज्वार बाजरा, they are bajra or the pearl millet is the very rich source of iron. Bajra or the pearl millet. Okay. साबूदाना इसमें नहीं आता. साबूदाना, ओके ओके, वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन, वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. साबूदाना, क्या साबूदाना क्या ग्रेन होता है? वेदर द साबूदाना इज ग्रेन लाइक द व्हीट, राइस. साबूदाना खाया आप लोगों ने? साबूदाना, साबूदाना का पेड़ कितना बड़ा होता है? साबूदाना, साबूदाना is not the grain. Yeah, we know sabudana is not the grain. We will discuss about the sabudana. जैसे गेहूं चावल लगता है, ऐसे साबूदाना नहीं लगता. वो साबूदाने के जो पर्ल्स हैं वो बनाए जाते हैं मशीन में. The machine are preparing the pulse of sabudana. Sabudana is not like the wheat, rice, pearl, like it's not like that. It's from, एक जड़ें होती हैं, पेड़ की जड़ें होती हैं, टैपियो का एक पेड़ होता है, उसकी जड़ें होती हैं, उसको पाउडर बनाकर और फिर मशीन में उसके छोटे छोटे से गोलियां बनाई जाती हैं, पर्ल बनाए जाते हैं. सो साबूदाना is not the grains. Okay, it's a different thing. We will discuss about the sabudana. Okay, we will come to that point in few days. So major millet can be divided in two parts: pearl millet and the sorghum. And the minor millets are many. There are many. Okay. So now this is the classification number 1. As per this classification, we are dividing the millet in two parts: major and the minor. Now classification number 2, and which is the most important. This is the most important classification. We are dividing the millet in 3 parts: negative millet, neutral millet, and the positive millet. The negative millet, who is not good for if you are unhealthy, not good if we have some disease. They are not at all good. तो negative millet बिल्कुल भी अच्छे नहीं है जब हमें कोई बीमारी होती है. Neutral millet, okay, so they can be eaten as per our habits. But the positive millets are the real millets. They will heal the problems like we are suffering. They will doing the healing. So the real healing will be happening with the positive millet. The positive millet means they are the healing millet. तो मिलेट को हम 3 भाग में डिवाइड कर सकते हैं. एक होता है नेगेटिव मिलेट जो बीमारी को बढ़ाने वाले हैं, जैसे कि गेहूं, चावल, wheat and rice. So wheat and rice is responsible for increasing the disease, and they are very good for the pathogen. They are very good for the bacteria. Now neutral millets are good. They are good and they are so. Okay, they can be eaten. But if we want to get healed, then positive millet is required. अगर healing करना है अपनी तो positive millet खाना होंगे. So as per this chart, we can see. सबसे पहले हम बात करते हैं गेहूं और चावल की. What is paddy rice? Do you know what is paddy rice? अच्छा, साबूदाने की बात से किसी को पता है कि साबूदाना कैसे बनता है? Anyone knows how the sabudana is made? Anyone knows about the sabudana? Okay, there is a process, we will discuss. No problem. Not exactly. Okay. पेड़, साबूदाना एक पेड़ की जड़ों को सुखाकर उसका पाउडर बनाकर उस पाउडर से तैयार किया जाता है, राइट? फाइन, वी विल डिस्कस सेपरेटली. सो सपोज समवन इज सफरिंग विद डायबिटीज, thyroid, metabolic disorders, obesity. And we want to bring real healing, then first we have to stop wheat and rice. सबसे पहले हमें गेहूं और चावल को बंद कर देना है, लेकिन इसको बंद करने का मतलब ये नहीं कि कुछ नहीं खाना. There are lots of variety can be eaten. There are great variety available there, which can be used. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो खाई जा सकती हैं. So we have to make the plan, and I will tell you how to make the plan. So when the person is suffering with the diabetes or the thyroid or some other disease, we are telling them, okay, do the cyclic grain plan. Do the cyclic grain plan. The cyclic grain plan means today is grain number 1, tomorrow grain number 2, then grain number 3, then grain number 4. For example, so today suppose jowar, tomorrow bajra, then the maybe kodo millet, then maybe barnyard millet. In this way, पहले दिन हम बोलेंगे कि ज्वार का सेवन करो, दूसरे दिन बाजरा का सेवन करो, तीसरे दिन कोदो मिलेट का सेवन करो, चौथे दिन वारनाड मिलेट का सेवन करो, और एनी अदर ग्रेन्स और मिलेट कैन बी चूजन. So this is called a cyclic grain plan. Okay. Option number 2, which is not at all good, not good. Option number 2 is mixing all grains and millet, then eating them every day. तो आपने देखा है कि मिक्स ग्रेन का बड़ा प्रचलन है, सुना है ना, मिक्स ग्रेन का बड़ा प्रचलन. इट्स नॉट एट ऑल गुड, इट्स नॉट गुड. आप समझिए कि जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल एक क्लास चल रही है, टीचर आए पढ़ाने, उस क्लास में क्लास 1 के बच्चे भी हैं, क्लास 8 के बच्चे भी हैं, ग्रेजुएशन वाले बच्चे भी हैं. तो टीचर कैसे पढ़ाएंगे? और पढ़ाएंगे तो क्या वो क्लास बर्थफुल होगी? It will not be worthful if one teacher is teaching the group of the kids of class 1, class 8, and the person who is in the graduation. It will not be worthful. In the same way, when you are mixing all the grain, some can be digested very easily, some will take more time. The body will digest some grain in the stomach, some grain will be digested in the small intestine, some other grain will be having digestion in the large, in some different part. Now body will get confused. You are eaten mix, आपने सब mix करके खा लिया. So this is very confusing to the body. Okay. So that's why mixed grain is not the good idea. Now this idea is outdated. 10 years back, this idea was exciting. 10 साल पहले ये आइडिया थोड़ा एक्साइटिंग था कि सारे ग्रेन मिक्स करके खा लो. अब ये आउटडेटेड हो गया है और ये रिकमेंडेड नहीं है. For many diseases, it's not recommended. Better to give the break from particular grain. आज एक ग्रेन की छुट्टी, आंतों के उस पार्ट को आराम मिल जाएगा, कल दूसरे ग्रेन की छुट्टी. So when you are eating this grain in the cyclic manner, every day you are doing the exercise of different body. Like if you are going in the gym, अगर आप जिम में जाते हो तो एक दिन वो हाथों की एक्सरसाइज करवाएंगे, एक दिन पैरों की करवाएंगे, एक दिन पेट की करवाएंगे. So they will make you exercise the different body parts in the different day. One day exercise of the arm, biceps, triceps, another day of the leg, another day of the tummy. So other part will get enough relaxation. But suppose every day he is doing the same exercise, then body will be fatigued. अगर उन्होंने एक ही तरह से रोज चालू कर दिया तो शरीर थक जाएगा. So do not use the mixed grain. It's not recommended. So nowadays there are many naturopathic hospitals also advising the same pattern, and taking the grain in the cyclic manner is a wonderful idea for many diseases, even the autoimmune disease like rheumatoid arthritis, even for the diabetes type 1, even the many diseases which is very critical. ऐसी कई बीमारियां जो सच में बड़ी क्रिटिकल हैं, उसके लिए भी साइक्लिक ग्रेन प्लान बड़ा जबरदस्त काम करता है. तो प्रश्न आता है कौन से ग्रेन चुने. हम बात करेंगे कि कौन सा ग्रेन किस बीमारी में अच्छा है. So millets can be taken in all the season. Like we are eating the bajra in the winter, but we can eat the millets in the cyclic manner in all the season, because we are not eating the bajra every day. We are eating the bajra on one day, next day we are eating some other grain, the next day we are eating some other grain, because bajra is very good for iron. Bajra iron का बहुत अच्छा सोर्स है, इससे हमारा हीमोग्लोबिन बढ़ता है. तो हर ग्रेन्स की अपनी क्वालिटी है और उस क्वालिटी के आधार पर वो गुणकारी होता है. तो चलिए इसके बारे में और डिटेल में हम अध्ययन करेंगे कल, मतलब अगली क्लास में. So enough for today. Now we'll close the session today. Now we will discuss everything, even the makai. We have everything in our list. हर चीज हमारी लिस्ट में है, हम सब के बारे में समझेंगे. So let's close the session today. See you in the next class with more discussion of the millet. Thank you so much. Closing now.